Okay, sorry guys. I just need to make sure that these things are proper before we start, because they can always change as we go along. Phew, okay, we're off. Apologies for being just a tad bit late, but I am here. We're going to start the stream properly right now, just making sure that everything is correct. Okay, I think we're good. Let me just get the timer back on track here.
We'll call Craig N1.
Oh, wait now. Who are you calling? Okay, welcome everybody to the Overthinking Football Show. My name is Jose Mokwena. I am your host, and this, of course, is a show where we love South African football, we love African football, and every now and then we go overseas, but not that much, not a lot. Don't expect a lot from me on that front, but we do have the MTN 8, the first kickoff tournament that signals that local football is back in South Africa, and of course we had an incredible game that AmaZulu played versus Stellenbosch. One of the better games that we've seen when it comes to South African football. Stellenbosch, of course, winning that game 3-2. Not as expected, but I would say as a team that we all expected to go face Abo Sundowns. Ngizwile sikhuluma ngayo sithi no Stelli's Melio Pirates. Guys, this normal show is on every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday at 8 p.m. And then, of course, if Chiefs, Paris, Mamelodi Sundowns, bafana, banyana are in action, I will be here. And you can speak to me because this is a very interactive show where you can jump in by joining me live right now on TikTok, clicking on the button at the bottom of the screen that says multi-guest. I let you in. We have a conversation about whatever it is that we are speaking about, and you can add your voice to the show live. How it works is that at halftime, I'm going to let 5 people in to have a conversation with me about what we're seeing. The analysts, Coach Lulu, Coach Shoti, Saliko Supersport. So Supersport I'm going to let 5 people in to tell me what they think about the game that we're watching. And then if we can reach 25,000 likes, I'll keep it open and we can go on from there, where you can jump in at any time and give me a minute of your thoughts. We are 2 minutes into the game. Mamelodi Sundowns, of course, taking on Richards Bay. A reminder of where these two teams ended up. Mamelodi Sundowns, of course, 73 points, league winners. The most points won in the PSL era. They scored 65 goals and conceded 13. They had, in the 28 games they played, they had 24 wins, 1 draw, and 3 losses. Then, of course, Richards Bay on the other side were number 8. Keeping a certain cozy team out of it. 28 games played, 9 wins, 6 draws, 13 losses. They scored 19 goals, but conceded 26. In the last 5 games that they played, Richards Bay has 3 wins, a draw, and a loss. The last game out was a friendly game where they won versus Midland Wanderers. And then, of course, before that, Supersport United on the 24th of May, whom they beat 2-0. Then Sundowns in their last 5 games have 2 draws, 2 losses, and a win. Last game out for them that we saw them was Fluminense, which they drew 0-0 with at the Club World Cup. In terms of these two teams meeting, it's Vert. Richards Bay have no wins. There have been no draws. Sundowns has been winning every single game of the last 5 games. The last game out was on the 30th of April where Sundowns beat Richards Bay 3-0. And then, of course, Richards Bay starting lineup. Technically the 3rd best keeper in the league last year when it comes to clean sheets. Salim Magula is in goal. You've got Umtungwa, Umqineka, you've got Mabua Vilakazi, you've got Kumete Mtetwa, Zikali, you've got Bomelo, Mtembu, and Nzama as the starting lineup. Then Sundowns has an interesting lineup. Williams in goal, Mdunya Lwakeka na Cupido. Then you have Matthews, Mokwena, Alenda, Budiba, Zwane, Sales, and Reyners. I already see the question about Mudau there in the comments. Mudau, of course, and Ribeiro, the notable absences from this team. I'm not sure. Sundowns fans, you'd have to tell me why those guys are not there. Is it a case that Ribeiro only came back last week, if I'm not mistaken? Maybe he's still being rested. I don't know. But let me know there in the comments what you guys are thinking about that. Yo, guys, so yesterday we watched Pirates play. And Pirates look dangerous. Pirates look like a team that if they can get their act together, they could be a credible threat. But Mamelodi Sundowns comes into this with Coach Cardoso getting his first full preseason, even though it wasn't much of a preseason because they were in America. First full starting of a season that he's going to get here. And we're going to see if he can do anything different. Already we are seeing Abozwane playing, Nabo Mudiba coming back into the team. So already you can tell that he's already experimenting on what he can do with this here team. I don't know how much pressure is going to be under because obviously he lost out on the Champions League, won the league of course, but I think he's going to have to get a trophy or two, maybe 2 trophies this season. Because the league is usually accounted for. Can he win an MTN8? Can he win a Carling knockout? Can he win a Nedbank Cup? Or can he go for the big one and win the Champions League, the trophy that we all believe he was brought in to win as a guy who has been a finalist, who was a finalist in the last 2 CAF Champions League finals. So let's see what he can do with this Mamelodi Sundowns team. Sundowns, of course, 8 times winners of the league. MTN8 has been something that has eluded them a little bit, but there's always hope that they can win. Sundowns, even though they don't win the trophies, at least they get to the finals, is something you can speak about, unless, you know, they're facing Kaizer Chiefs and in a Nedbank Cup and, you know, things happen. Yeah. Okay, let me see. Sundowns going to lose to make people think the downfall has arrived. What is going on with Motaung? I'm not sure, guys. I'm not sure. I'm asking the Sundowns guys to jump in. Yes, Coach Lulu is now back on Supersport. Last season was Sundowns very good, or was the league very bad? I think the league has been very bad for a long time, but you can't really kill Sundowns for winning the games that they need to win. You can't kill them. So we can say that the league is very bad, but you can also say that the level at which Sundowns is performing, I think it would be easy to be complacent and say that, we've already won it 8 times. What's the point of trying hard to try win a 9th one? We've already won it 3 times. Why should we go hard for the 4th or the 5th or the 6th or the 7th or the 8th? So if we're seeing them doing that consistently for now up until this point, you have to then give them their due as well, that they're also trying to improve all the time. Like we said, Ribeiro Costa finished top goal scorer last season with Richars following him. For example, with Sales coming in number 3, if I'm not mistaken. So already you tell that, hey, they've made a little bit of a shift. They scored 100 goals last season. Yeah, there's a lot that the Sundowns team has done to get better. So I don't want to take it away from them. The league is a poor league in general, but they're also a very strong team in their own right. How are you doing? How are you doing now? Thalisto says, where are you guys watching the match? I'm watching on 202 on Supersport. They're still resting, nothing serious, says Zaza the Zenian. Abiti African, did you rest that name now? It will be a miracle if Sundowns wins here, says Z. Motaung will be doing a saling on Sundowns. MTN8 is a Paris thing, says Bongs. Motaung was seen at Naturena. ADL, yo. The age is not on Sundowns side. They need to refresh the team to bring in more youngsters. Well, it's a tough question because on the one hand, you do say, if it's not broken, why fix it? Right? If you carry on winning, why fix it? Especially when Nabo Tebza, Nabo Ribeiro, Bahamba 27, 28, you know? 26, 27, 28. So I don't know if they should rush to change things, but there will come a time where things need to change. And I don't think it's going to be because of age. I think it's going to be because the big one is still not being deposited. The Allende Mokwena double pivot is what was missing in the Club World Cup. Mokwena in a back 3 wasn't working. We'll see. I still say Kutsias was the most important player there. Oh, there we go. Already. I know Sundowns has started. Oh, it started. Already Sundowns. Aye, Sundowns. Aye, Sundowns. Sundowns has taken the lead through that man, Ikram Reyners. We just spoke about him. Set piece, far post into the corner because nobody was out here going for that ball at all. So Mamelodi Sundowns is carrying on exactly where they left off. With the goal. Yo. We are Sundowns, not a one-man team. And like, what's happening with the bumps on the pitch? The pitches have been horrible. Orlando Pirates said they relayed, well, the stadium guys said they relayed Orlando Stadium, and it was okay. It wasn't incredible the way that they were speaking, right? And then we watched Stellenbosch play on, even if it's winter, agent, it's not the first time sports is being played in winter. Hi guys, it's not the first time sports is being played in winter. Are you telling me they can't give us a good surface? And we know, even Kasama, we're going to be watching stadiums being overwatered. We're going to be watching stadiums being overwatered all of a sudden. Mid-season. We're going to be playing games after events have happened. And then it's going to be tough. We're not going to be able to hide behind winter. We're going to hide behind Makazi again. We're going to hide behind that church that went to Loftus. What are we going to hide behind? But not enough sun on that side. It's always like this after winter. Pitches are like this in SA. This is Kodani OT. Yeah, Naksasa, I can change the word I'm using. Okay, I see. Why is Peter Mukaba okay then? Peter Mukaba had to be relayed in December. Don't you remember? Games couldn't be played at Peter Mukaba mid-season. DHL Stadium was bad. Even Vodafone. All of them are bad, man. Nah, they'll want to win the Orlando Pirates versus Sundowns semis. No, but that's what I'm saying. That guys, like our pitches. Somebody needs to do an investigation into the pitches because there's no way every time we're gonna be complaining about this midsummer. We're gonna say it's rain. Then we're gonna say no, it's too hot. The pitches get burnt. No, guys, full professionals that are playing on this. But in any case, let's see. Modiba has been very busy this game so far. It seems like Mamelodi Sundowns is opting to go for a wide outside-in approach to playing the game. We've seen a couple of crosses coming in from Modiba's side, which I'm not sure are effective when you look at Mamelodi Sundowns in the way that they normally play. I don't know who's going to header that ball like that. I know Reina's just got a header from a set piece, a corner. But Sundowns is looking really wide, and Modiba has been very, very busy. Very different to his normal role, where even if he's playing left back, he doesn't necessarily go up the touchline. He usually inverts inside and becomes an extra midfielder. So this might be something new coming from Coach Cardoso, to have him play a winger role. And maybe that's what we're going to see from... Is Mashiko still at Sundowns? We're going to see more from Abo Mashiko and those type of players coming in. It could be the next evolution of what Sundowns needs to do. As we see there, Tembazwane dropping in to play. Oh, yo. Hey, this is that football we hate to see. Why would you let him turn? Guys, do South African football players watch football? Like, do they watch football? Do they watch or know what's happening during the game? So I was saying the football you don't want to see, Ileama 1-2, where midfielder drops back in, plays the 1-2 back to the defender, runs back out somebody else. So they've done it now. Zwane and Allende have done it now. But then Richards Bay failed to track Allende going backwards. Now they'll want... On the Club World Cup, mokwena was a 3, fullbacks high up on the pitch, and that leaves Allende isolated. Matthews equals Modi. Matthews still in over places Bongs. Matthews needs to grow, says Zulumnyama. Mashiko is at chair with Bafana. So yeah, that's why I'm like, these other players, man. Maybe that's the new thing. They're going to play wing play. Interesting, because that's something that Rulani tried to do. And it didn't work out that well for them. Every time Sundowns goes wide, it doesn't work out too well. But let's see, maybe they've worked on something because this is not something we're used to seeing. But it's 15 minutes into the new season, so I'll give them credit. Sundowns is a thesis on its own. Nisazofunda. I must funde, guys. Let's funde, man. Limo, you're walking in front of the camera. You're walking in front of the camera. You're on camera right now. Please sit down. Please sit down. That side. Go that side, son. Over the couch. No, let's see what Sundowns is going to do. Let's see what Sundowns is going to do. I'm trying to make sure that it doesn't watch Sundowns. Hey, next thing, Motaung will change. Hey. Get the Kenya go Chiefs now all of a sudden. Yeah, no, present dads. Okay, so corner, Mamelodi Sundowns again. Corner, Mamelodi Sundowns again. They're going to try and go for it. It was horrible. Oh, it was so horrible. The coverage of the corner that was the goal. It was horrible. They just let the ball bounce. You know when you let a ball bounce inside your box from a corner kick? Yar. Present fathers all the way. I'm finished. Some people write an exam about Sundowns in matric. As they should. As they should. You never take it away from them. What they've done has been incredible. Here comes Aubrey Mudiba. With a corner kick here. Can Sundowns get a number 2? Oh, okay. Okay, Sales. Great placement there by Aubrey. Okay, I want to be fair. In my review, I spoke about how Pirates didn't look convincing in the way that they were playing. And they were playing a lot of wide balls. Up to this point, Sundowns hasn't looked convincing in terms of attack. But if they were to take the lead and then take the second, if they were to take more of a lead and take the second half off, I'm fine. I'm not gonna hold anybody to the fire. But let's see what's gonna happen. Here comes Uzwane. I don't know, man. Richars as a pure 9 is interesting because Richars doesn't necessarily play a pure central player. He's usually coming in from the wings using his pace, like he tried to make a run over there. Mara, let's see. Let the child have his choice. Nedbank Cup, help me. What in Nedbank Cup? I'm not gonna lie to you. What are your thoughts about Lungs being first choice left back at the Club World Cup? I think for safety, you'd play Divine. You'd play Divine for safety. Oh, shot there by Sales wide. So Sundowns had to make choices. I mean, let's be honest. It's the Club World Cup. You are not the biggest team there. You are not the most dangerous team. There's teams that are incredible. So you have to sometimes compromise. And I think Lunga was a nice defensive compromise. Whereas when you come to PSL games and you came playing versus Richards Bay, I don't think you need that much cover. And that's why we're seeing Abu Mudiba playing these games. So yeah, Club World Cup, I understand it. Maybe Champions League to a degree, you can say it. But it's not something that you need to do all the time. There's only going to be a handful of games where Sundowns is properly under pressure to the point where you need your left back to be a sitting left back or a traditional left back, But he did win a lot of man of the matches, so you also can't take that away from him too. She's turning what age today? Isn't he 36? Let me see. Tembazwane. Guys, Tembazwane needs a song, guys. Happy Pori Utswa Pitori Mara Tembazwane Hana Pina. Lochu Ikrele before Tembazwane. Yeah, 3 August. He is 36 years old. It's supposed to have started today. I haven't been checking up on it, honestly. Okay, Tash. Outside of the boot. Nice turn, Zwane, but no support. I don't know. I don't know if this new setup is it, eh? Are we sure Richards Bay is a PSL club? It is a PSL club, guys. Tsizwa are ubuhlale are 36 nkosi yami. If he still got it, he still got it, guys. Retlaring. Heartbeat of Sundowns again. Sales will definitely be a problem this season, but all in all, Sundowns really need to dig deep. I don't know if it's them being tired. I don't know if it's Cardoso trying something new. Mara, this configuration reminds me of the frustration that Rulani had. The frustration Rulani had playing low blocks at some point in his season where he was trying to cross the balls. But I guess Sundowns might be moving away from transition, being a transition-heavy team, Caboreiras, to maybe trying to find the pockets. But hey, finding pockets in the PSL, even if these guys are struggling, it's tough. Like even if the other teams are not the best, it's tough. Ow! Oh, I didn't ask. Guys, score predictions. How is this game going to end? Masandawana, tell me. How is this going to end? How do you guys see this game panning out? Actually, I didn't ask. Money and Grit says 3-0. Fanenom says 3-0. Mpoza says 3-0. Kana Mpoza umona kawani Sundowns. Mar. Bong says the original Budau. Timo says 3-0. Innocent says a win is a win. Ledin says 4-0. Shembe says 3-1. Mudau better not leave says username. 4-1 Bongs. By the way, Shasha is gone. Is the non-vete record safe? Where is he going though? Oh, Ghana is going to Esperance, apparently, allegedly. Zaza says 4-0, Tabiso says 1. He's going to Esperance, ne? Hey, and Kropla scoring. Kropla scored 2 today for Skukune. Not today, yesterday. He scored 2. He's the guy who's number 3, remember? He's chasing Shasha and chasing Nomvet. Tabiso says 1-0. I saw you putting... who put 5-0? Yeah? Who put 5-0? Do you want to watch? Okay, sit down. Oh, yeah, calling Kataz. Oh, Nkosiam. Say hello to everyone.
Hi.
Okay. Oh, yeah, calling Kataz. Sundowns, please play ugly. Oh, please play ugly. Please play ugly. T-Back says 3-0. Krobla is a South African Jamie Vardy. So who do you say is going to win? Which color?
Yellow.
Yellow? Why yellow? Aye, now. Why yellow? Oh, Qalile, guys. Qalile. Relax, Ampo, please, relax, Ampo. There's no such. Okay, Sundowns again on the attack. So what I was saying in the Pirates game, right?
Can you choose?
I'm not choosing anyone here. I'm a Chiefs fan. So I was saying about Pirates is the struggle that I'm having with the league is that I asked the question, is Sundowns winning because Sundowns is so great? And is Sundowns progressing because Sundowns is so great? Or is it because the league is not moving forward? We watched Pirates play versus Polokwane City yesterday, and Pirates, they basically kept the standard. And keeping the standard might get them to win games just because they can win games knowing that they're playing against these guys that aren't upping their game on their side. So that's what's very interesting about watching football. It's tough to gauge Sundowns and it's tough to gauge how Sundowns has progressed, because when you look at them versus about Richards Bay, you're not seeing Richards Bay do anything different. Up to this point, Sundowns, I think, has had 5 or 6 chances. Richards Bay has yet to have a chance on the other side. So now, when you sit down and you look at it, you ask the question that, is Richards Bay also going to play the template that Polokwane City played, where it's going to be 2-0, and it's only then that they're going to want to start playing the football. It's only then that they're going to want to start playing positively. And when they play positively, it's only going to be for 10 minutes of the second half. And then they're going to run out of steam. And Sundowns will be able to half-clutch the game until the end in gear 1. So it's interesting. It's very interesting to watch these games. It's very interesting to watch these games. He's not going to be Bongs. He's not. No way. Limon, what team do you support?
Kaizer Chiefs.
Aha, there we go. Shot there by Mokwena, almost deflected in. I just had to make sure. Your son must not become a Sundowns fan, says Bong. The league is not moving forward. I'm saying this as a Sundowns fan, says Money and Grit. Sundowns win because teams like Chiefs don't care. Richards Bay parking the bus this early is going to make the game boring. And Mishak, there we go. No, play the ball. Oh, I'm a player away too. You know, I watched Bradley Grobler make a far post run so many times, Kos Kukune, in the game that they played. Camera, sit down. So many times in the game that they played, and nobody was playing that far post ball. No one was playing that far post ball to try and get his head, something that you'd see at Supersport. Luckily, Ulinda Mtambo Figo was able to play a ground cross into the box that was then finished by Ukrobla, but he's not going to see it. Right there, Richards Bay, if you don't stop and take your man and do those things, you can play a ball across. There's a gap between, there's a space between the goalkeeper and the defense. You could play a ball right into that space, and there were 2 Richards Bay players, but our wingers don't look up when they get into those situations. They don't look up. How can the league move forward when the likes of Chiefs are by? All top 4 teams proving why they're top 4. Sundowns are intent about who and what they want to be. Everyone must lift their games. Cupido is smart. OT, my father got me into Chiefs. Now I'm trapped and traumatized. Mutali, not you. I was amazed when Kaizer Chiefs said they're waiting for Sundowns wave to end. Hey, when Dr. Kaizer said it, I was so mad. Kanti, how bad is Richards Bay made it to top 8? Yeah, they pipped us on the last day. Like the Amazulu game where players didn't want to take a shot. Yeah, like, it's such a weird thing, man. That's a yellow. Mr. Ref, that's a yellow, Mr. Ref. Mr. Ref, that's a yellow. Look at the positioning. I wish they could show us the bigger picture, the zoomed out picture. You'd see that Tebza was actually acting as the defender there. Go play with your Legos. Go play with your Legos. They also don't know how to cross. They're not there to cross, Tavis. They're not there to cross. Temba, who do you think will get top 3? It's probably going to stay the same. Sundowns, Pirates, Stellies. If not Sundowns, Pirates, Kukune maybe, but Sundowns, Pirates, Stellies seems like the way to go. Original girl, how are you? Richards Bay is beginning to turn the screws. Sundowns is just going to sit back for a little bit now. There's also stock contracts between the teams that did their off-season overseas. The Tempo. Guys, does preseason mean anything in South Africa? I asked this question yesterday. I'm asking it today again. Does preseason mean anything in South Africa? Because we're still looking at our teams and saying, no, they still need the first few games. Talk to me after 10 games. You know, I've been seeing my comments, talk to me after 10 games. And I'm like, Mara, guys, do we understand that the start of the league is the start of the league? It's not, hey, guys, we're still warming up. And if you're still warming up, that's where Sundowns catch on very quickly. Then all of a sudden, when you are warm, quote unquote, now Sundowns is gone, right? So is it important? And it's from the match fitness point of view, number one, but then also from the point of view of readiness. I look at my team, Kaizer Chiefs. You do your preseason in the Netherlands. It's fine that you're playing both Vitesse and those type of teams, but does that translate to playing Amazulu? Because that's who you're supposed to be beating. That's who you're supposed to, that's the type of games you're going to play. When Pirates goes to Spain, is that probably getting you ready for my case? Even though Pirates is a little bit better, I'm not going to lie to you. Pirates, it just loses out because of their mental issues. But does it really get you ready? Besides, over and above the fact that some of our PSL teams we don't know about their preseasons if we're being 100% honest, and all of them seem to start slow. Anyway, Tash showing a little bit of trickery there, getting into the box, trying to lay it off there for Ureina's cleared by Richars Bay, or did they call it a foul? Here comes Richars Bay, at least a little bit more positive now, starting to put some players forward, starting to play a little bit more football. Let's see how long they can keep it up. Great, thanks, original girl. Butali says Stellies will win this one. We'll see. Tuli says the pitch conditioning issue is getting worse. Kanti, why are we playing Phillies games? La? Are we playing Phillies? I don't know. When I say it, it sounds snacks. But I really feel like, as a stakeholder, the stadium management people don't take the PSL seriously. They don't take it seriously. Shabbat kum kum. Look at all of this. And even last season, remember we had the chat. We were saying that, you know, there was a time where you could point to certain stadiums, maybe Kingswell Tini Stadium. Oh, what a ball. What a ball. Reyners, why did you let it bounce? Tash. You know, you could point to Kingswell Tini, you could point to Buffalo. Buffalo City was a very bad stadium. But then, especially if it rains. But then now you look at Loftus, Orlando, FNB. Guys, it can't be that all the pitches are struggling. It can't be. Like, isn't that a cause for concern for the league to then talk to the people that run the stadiums and say, Mara, guys, come on, look at this. Look at the way that pitch looks. Okay, maybe the 3 million Supersport was saying they also contribute is going somewhere else. Zulobjama, present dad, is also going there. Preseason only matters because you lose. From game one, you must be on point. Posa, that's all I'm asking for. That's all I'm asking for. I made a comment about Pirates in my review. I was speaking about Pirates. I was just giving like a proper, my thoughts about what I saw in the game. And people were saying, no, it's the first game. You can't be. And I'm like, yeah, but it's an official first game. It's not a friendly game. It's the MTN8. It's a trophy. The league is kicking off next week. So now I sit back and I go, Mara, guys, are we wrong then to ask questions, or must we wait? Or what's the significance of waiting for a third of your season to go by for you to be ready and to be assessed properly? That indicates a bit of a problem, I think. But Lucas Muripe sold out. Dr. T. And what's important about beating these small teams? Yeah, that's the most important thing. It's important Polokwane couldn't keep with Pirates' intensity. Legs were the difference. Imagine an entire PSL team doesn't have legs. Oh, guys, this is why our league doesn't progress. Guys, that's an entire PSL team. We're saying they're not fit. Yeah. Is the pitch OT bumpy? How is Richards Bay progress on their leisure training facility in Skukune as well? I don't think they've done too much This season, our main problem will be right back. Teams must take better care of their pitches. Municipalities just water the pitch. Stadium management SA is really embarrassing us. They undermine football, says Lebza. Do you by any chance know? I can't say it. I can't say it on live. How old is Reyners? Mara, because he played for Santos back in... He did what? Boss. I know we're supposedly a third world country, but we don't have to look like it. No, but Lebza, even besides that, my issue is this. If you go on the F&B tour, they'll tell you about the different grasses. We've brought in grasses that do this, and they're for all seasons, and we make sure that there's ready, and we plant it when it's like this, and blah blah blah. Keep it slow. But then the F&B in September, and you're like, guys. Loftus, remember when Sundowns released that video of the Loftus guys, the guys that upkeep Loftus standing there, talking to the camera? No, this is the type of grass. The grass comes from Northern Ireland. It does what. Then you look at it and you go, guys. We relayed the pitch. It cost us millions to relay a pitch. Look. I don't know what other things are happening at Lucas Moripe, maybe. Maybe getting wrong. It's only the pitch. Peter Mukaba's always on point. It was struggling after Makati. Damn, he did play. Damn. I think it was late bloomer. We took we worked very hard, eh? Yeah, we went and sourced grass from all over the place, just to make sure that, it's playable, that we've got something there. It's not the Santos Brazil one. Why is Maraba start? It's not Maraba start, guys. Get Atrechville, man. Keep go Atrechville. "36 minutes, Sundowns still leading 1-0. Haven't looked convincing themselves, if we're being 100% honest. They haven't been as on point as we normally know Sundowns to be, especially under Cardoso, with how insane they are in finishing. So I don't know. That's it. Let's see. Parkway Gas gave Richards Bay 100 million. Makazi was an exception, but Mukaba's always on point. I guess. Why is the season starting with MTN 8? Isn't there a high risk of injury with extra time? You could say that, Kopano, or you could say that it's the best preseason opening game that you could have as a team. League is about to start. You need some competitive games before you kick off. This could be a little bit better than the friendlies that you play, if that makes sense. So that's why this tournament is such a good tournament, I guess. But I don't know if they take advantage of it. Down spirit has died a little bit. Now this coach is definitely a plumber. We can't go to AFCON with 57 playing like this, guys. Yeah, they're gonna get on you. Like, my cry is that we need to start treating these teams as what they are. This is the top league in the country. These are not fly-by-night teams that Bachima once a week and they go and play. These are players that are well played and do this week in, week out, day in, day out. Sabon. So we can't be talking about, think about the things we've spoken about today. We've spoken about crossing. They can't cross. Wingers can't cross. Strikers can't finish. They lack the legs to keep up with some of the teams. Like just listen to that. Mind you, MTN 8 is the top 8 teams. It's the top half of the league. It's the top half of the league. This is why Richards Bay finishes number 8 and has 9 wins. This is why. 19 goals scored. That means there was an equivalent of 9 games last season where they did not score. Imagine. Meanwhile, Sundowns is scoring at a rate of what? Almost, just 2.5 goals per game. Yeah, okay, it's not like this. Only Rulani Sundowns went to the Club World Cup. They would have come back. Downs fans are busy complaining for individual awards. Stadium. Richards Bay, Aiko Street. Aiko! Top league that can solve issues in time. Aiko, guys. Aiko Richards Bay. Is this the Richards Bay that is this the top 8 that we fight about? That we want to see teams play? We must be honest about Matthews. Well, I think Matthews is a limited player. I think he's really good at the things that he's good at. So that system, the RMR system, suited Matthews because it's a system that doesn't ask him to be too fancy, to do too many tasks. You run in, you finish. And his finishing obviously has been suspect for a little bit now. But it's what he's used to, is what he does. It's what got him here. The moment you start asking players to do things that they're not really good at, I don't think you'll see it. Like Richars has not really been in this game because there's no way to use his pace. So now he's just been fishing for the ball and running in and out to try and fetch the ball. So yeah, it hasn't been a good showing from anybody. But Tash, he has struggled a little bit, if we're being honest. People are complaining about Rulani at this point. I mean, Rulani is fanela, guys. It's not like that season was so incredible. I know, almost invincible. But then Caruso has done something equally as dope, quote unquote, with his time at Sundowns. If we're looking at the league, and he got to the final, so it's like it's neither here nor there, guys. What's Sales' role here? Sales. If there's 2 players, Sales and Matthews, I'm not sure what they're meant to be doing in this game. Sales is playing like a false wing type. I guess it was meant to maybe overload the right-hand side, help Cupido out. I don't know. I think Tembazwane being in the squad, they've overloaded the midfield with no rhyme or reason as to why they're overloading that midfield. Especially if they're going to just go wide all the time. So I don't know, guys. I don't know. But this is not the Sundowns we're good. Kosi fans, let's be realistic. Filling up stadiums won't win you awards. Sales is the Thomas Muller of South Africa. Oh, money and grid. That's a good shout. Roy or King, what do they call him? Roim Deuter. Space Explorer. I don't know if his sales is that good, and I don't know if this setup is going to let him do that. This is a very, I don't want to say defensive, but it's a very conservative setup that Sundowns has gone with here. Tsepiso says, I don't understand the starting 11, to be honest. Pulu, so it was just a corner. Ball was allowed to bounce through, and Richars met it at the end, at the far post, and was able to score. Now, no build-up about it, no nothing crazy about it. I really thought Motsepe would start today. I'm still trying to figure out what Caruso's trying to do with this team. Like I said, again, it reminds me a lot of Team Ya Rulani. There was a point where Team Ya Rulani was just banging on the walls, man. They didn't have a tempo about them. They just held the ball, and they were winning through the mistakes. So lest we forget the 1-0 Tsabo Rulani where it was a defensive mistake after some pressure. Like they'd just be knocking the ball like crossing the ball in until somebody slips. So, Paul says 382 passes in 40 minutes. Come on now. 382 passes. Say it's all. The 382 passes, guys. I wonder this season we need to be intentional about the results that we're getting from the things that we're doing. And this goes for the whole league. Chiefs created 150 chances. What chances were they? How did they look? What is the quality of the chance? How Pirates, look at the way that they're rotating the ball. It looks so good. Okay, Marankor. Now what? Must we clap hands? Guys. I'm sorry. This season, this is what I'm saying. Some of the things we mustn't just clap because they look great on paper. We actually need to just clap and go, no. As in the guys, the 382 passes ended with 4 goals and 25 shots on target, or 25 shots with 15 on target. Chep. Sloksia counter. Sales. Knock back for Richars, who slips. Judging by today's game, can Stellies win over Pirates if it happens that they face each other? Yes. Yes. The counter-attack of Stellies is still the counter-attack of Stellies. And if Pirates is still going to leave 2 at the back, and maybe Nduli's not as great defensively as Makaula, so if they're going to leave the 2 at the back without adequate cover, Titus is going to get through. If you look at one of the goals that Stelly scored versus Amazulu, it was literally they won the ball back. De Jong plays the ball to Titus. Titus plays it across for Sanele Barnes. And don't sleep on Sanele Barnes. Oh, what a ball. No, what a ball, Tebza. That's the ball I was talking about. No, well done. What a ball. Oh, Tebza Mkaya. That's the ball I was talking about. So when I talk about the wingers and that corridor, there's a little bit of a space there. The nice thing about that space is that if anybody touches it, it goes into the back of the net. But no, well done. I'm going to clap for that one. And then Nizoti, hey, Salim Makula can't organize his defense. Yeah, Salim Makula, Ronwen has the best defense, and because he's shown that he can organize, and that's why he doesn't concede. What can the keeper do here? Think about the 2 goals that were scored today. What can the keeper do here? Look at that, just in the corridor, just there. Anyone, it goes in, just there. If the ball goes all the way through, Richars has a tap in. That ball. Yes, if South African players, in fact, I might do a video about this. If South African players can just work on 3, 4, 5 things, you would see a difference. But this is going exactly how we felt it was going to go, or exactly how it goes normally. You're going to see a 2-0. Richards Bay is going to come out in the second half for the first 10 minutes and be lively. They're going to be energetic. They're going to be pushing. You're going to wonder, where was this Richards Bay this whole time? That's what's going to happen. And then they're going to run out of steam, and Sundowns is just going to put it into gear 1 and pass the ball around and get their 792 passes. 2 misplaced passes in 1 minute by Aiko Lento. Downs need to get an Apolis type player to replace Matthews like a real winger. That way, son. Like a real winger, sadly, same for Matthews. If we play like this throughout the season, Sundowns might take the league. Sundowns, Pirates is on a random Wednesday. Mararenas, we're not looking dangerous at all. Oh, yeah, sorry, I didn't change. Apologies, son. Let's go, Nja, please. I don't know. Agent says my team, you're going to be live during the semi-final draw. I guess. I remember those passes from Percy. Where's Tigazi and Mhango? Did Mhango leave? Didn't Mhango leave Richards Bay? I can't remember. Let me check. Chiefs will win. Samgelo. Aye, man. Samgelo. Hango's on the bench. Okay, I just joined them. Even this thing that we do, why are we calling from Hango, guys? What has Mhango shown us as a player, if we're being 100% honest? What has Mhango shown us as a player where we keep saying that, no, he must, and these teams keep signing him? Aye, naughty, guys. Aye, naughty, man. We have a problem. Some girl. We have a problem, man. No, I'm realizing that this man has been jumping swallows, kind of swallows gallants. And you're like, why does he keep getting signed? If Muda and Ribeiro leave our squad, won't have any chemistry. Where is Lucas? Guys, please, yeah, I'm going to ask the Sundowns fans again. Please tell us where he is if you know. Mhango is a fighter. He forces things. Forces things to what end, agent? To what end? I've never seen him force a win. Personally speaking, if I'm being 100% honest, no disrespect to him. So I force things for him. Yeah, you see, I like when you say you like him. Thank you. You like him. Not that there's anything there, really. Okay, halftime. Let me let in some people. Remember 25K? I'm looking for 25K so that in the second half I keep it open and we have a conversation about what we've seen here. And you can come in and give me a minute of your time. Agent, my brother. Welcome. Guys, please mute when you come in. Please mute when you come in. Please mute when you come in.
There's yellow black beneath me. I think you missed him.
On my side, it's saying accepted. He's not quite there, but it's fine. Start and then I'll get to him. Yeah.
All right. Hey, what a beautiful game, you know. What a coach, you know. What an increment. Wow. I'm so amazed. You know,
not boring, tactical.
No, man, hey, I saw tactics there. You were taking every trophy there, you know. I think it's 2-0. You must say what they were saying. It's 2-0. I don't know if you saw sales and a combination of talent there. You know, Omi talent, that one, but anyway, so not there, man. I think sometimes it's we have to applaud the system. You know, there's something that you said which was maybe misunderstood to a certain extent. That, and I would rephrase it and say the sum of the system is better than the sum of individuals.
Yeah,
you know. The system will always precede individuals, you know. I think if you're missing 3 key players in most teams of the system, it will crumble, you know. Hence, the argument you're putting forward that, you know, what is best is the system as opposed to individual players, you know. So I think I'm loving to see that. But, you know, there's something that annoys me a bit, Kamudiba, you know. And we saw it with Pyramids, you know. I don't know why he likes squeezing into the left center back and giving that space. Does he not want a player to turn into the inside and shoot? Because it's always a freeway that side, you know. And it's annoying because teams are always exploiting it. It's not a case of saying, I trust my speed, even if you go by the line, you know, I'm gonna catch up to you. So I think that's something which is annoying me in this game. Otherwise, I love the tracking back of Sales. I think he's been a bit better this game. Or Matthews on and off. I don't know. I think maybe he's not trying hard. I think he's being cautious, you know. He's not taking enough risk with his players. With his passes and running. And then I think you must understand that not every player is gonna give you a crisp pass 110% on the money like Ribeiro, you know. Because I saw him giving up on Uzuko and Osils and many other players when they place a pass for him. You have to run for those, you know. And then on the Richars B side, I don't get how you have 11 men inside an 18 box area when defending. We are asking Sundowns to put in 9 more players in your box.
You're not even positioning themselves. They're not even positioned properly.
and still someone scores from from that. There's still spaces in that. So I think that's something which is worrying. Because the the nice thing about maybe not putting everyone in the boxes, you are saying defenders, all of them don't have to go back. Don't have to go into the box. You are questioning them that, guys, I'm a threat on a counter here. And also, because there's less congestion, what is the keeper going to do? The keeper has ability to come out. Yeah.
I want to go to Bongs. KS Sundowns. We're getting a look at them versus Richards Bay. Welcome, champ. How do you feel about this game?
OT, ke mo mametse agent wa bua about Sundowns. But I don't understand or over this game. Because what I see in this game is that Sundowns are just passing and passing and passing. Motho o tla ba ile toilet a ba khutse ntse the passing and passing and passing and passing. E ka re ba tlo wina award for the most passes in the league because all they do is passing and passing and passing. Ke tla be ke robale hape ntse le passing and passing and passing. There's nothing here, man. Nothing besides that own goal, let that khanye being a goal. It's passing and passing and passing. That's all they do. And I blame Man City for this thing because Bagato kopisa Man City le Pep Guardiola 2 months.
Yeah.
Look now what Sundowns is doing. Winning 325 passes. Why? Because they're doing what? Passing and passing and passing. Ekare ke pina jwanong, ekare I'm a piano song. Re tlo binang passing and passing and passing. It's Sundowns. Play football.
Bugs or ring ka Richards Bay. Lebona, they're watching them passing and passing and passing. Aba it's in excellent. One shot, not even on target.
They're not trying. Richards Bay are not trying because it's Sundowns. So that's why Sundowns is doing the I'm a piano song, passing and passing and passing.
No, Bugs. Bugs, do you think Richards Bay could do anything different here? I just want to ask about that. Do you think they could change anything, Mon?
If they want to try, but they are not trying. They are not trying.
Okay. I'm gonna come back for the predictions. Butlale, I'm gonna pass it on to you. Butlale, welcome. Tell me what you thought about that first half.
But it's Pongzutla but passing and passing Pongzutla OT well now you must understand OT.
Yeah.
When my father got me into supporting Chiefs, OT, and don't get your child into the same trap, OT. Your child must suffer from watching boring games where his team still wins. Not that nonsense that you are watching as Chiefs fans. Don't do this. If you really love your child, OT, you will encourage him to support Masandawa.
No, Marakere, I forced him in after Chiefs had won the Nedbank, so at least they experienced the trophy. No. There's some kids who have not experienced the trophy, man.
Okay. If he suffers from mental depression, hey, don't say I didn't tell you, but it's fine. OT, what I was saying about the Club World Cup, OT, is that Sundowns were doing this thing where, especially in the Borussia game, Sundowns were doing this thing where mokwena drops into a back three with the two center backs besides him, and then the full backs push high up and wide. Let's say up and wide, and then Allende is now in that single pivot type of six because Mokwena is now in the back three, right? And Allende can't do that job. What we saw with Allende last season is that he's good doing those in the double pivot, essentially, right? Allende is good in the double pivot, and that's what they brought back here. Allende in and Mokwena in the double pivot, playing side by side, helping them progress through the midfield even though this progressing through the midfield has never been a a problem for Sundowns. Just find it weird why they did the Club World Cup. But yeah, man, I can't say anything on Sundowns really, because they're doing what they do. They're doing what they've been doing for the past 10 years, right? So let me go to Richards Bay. Mfethu. Richards Bay, the PSL, man. I mean, I struggle to think that these players have analyst sessions. You know what's an analyst session?
Yeah.
Do they even know what that is? Do they even know what that is? You can't.
Yeah.
Sundowns. Yes, there might be a ball dominant team, but you can't have 11 men behind the ball against Sundowns. You have to have an outlet somehow. Somehow you have to have an outlet. It's impossible to not to attack 0 times against Sundowns. To attack 0 times, that means they have nothing to worry about. Oti, they have nothing to worry about. They just play 11. Even I swear, in the second half, you'll see Ronza in their half. You'll see the goalkeeper Ronza running in their half. So Joe, just catch them on the counter somehow, and maybe you'll get something out of that. But yeah, true.
Okay.
Man. In the PSL, there's a bit of a pattern. They'll come out in the next 5 minutes, act like Bayashisa, and then it's back to the basics. But yeah. Man.
I want to bring in Tuli. I'm passing to you, man. Pass number 395. Tuli, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, Mr. Uti. Passing
yeah.
Hey, Box.
Box is not wrong. Yeah.
But saying Richars Bay is not competing, man, with a game. Like they're making the game maybe easy for Sundowns. Like even when they get in position, it seems like Russia yonke to manga. Like I've counted a number of stray passes about Wenza Bilashi ball. So they know. I'm not sure number 2 game number in. So they're just making it easy to Ilokunja. I'm even sure to just made it to top 8. Come on, Kaizer Chiefs.
Okay. Siya pray na churena. Siya pray lao.
Yeah, but they are just making it easy for Sundowns, Mr. Oti. I mean, Sundowns has been playing the same way for quite some time. I'm a team, they cannot figure it out, Mr. Oti. Aye, man. But yeah, I know this is it's an easy game, and I'm also impressed by the performance ka Matthews. I think he is having a decent game with the game. And then in the issue, I still have an issue no Sales. I don't know, I've given him so many chances. I can't prove, man. He doesn't have anything, man. I think we have better players. They have better players on the bench than Sales. But I think it is Mdlalisa ku Sundowns to Sales is the price tag.
Mara impact yakhe.
No, khona abadlali abangcono. Sales. But again, it's my view. Indlela engibona ngayo, Mr. Oti. But it's an easy game for Sundowns. It's not score even more because these guys are compete. Sibuki Sundowns.
Manje after 8 seasons, kusazofana naselikini.
After
8 seasons okubukela Sundowns winner, kusazofana when the league starts that the Sundowns is going to come into these games. But it's 2-0 without trying.
Yeah, effortlessly. Sundowns has cracked the league. They've cracked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're buying a crack code. Yeah, I'm sure when you focus on the Champions League, Mr. Otis, even now. They don't even have to play that good because they win, but they'll be winning.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, let me bring Prastobi for time, then I want to get everybody's predictions. Prastobi, 2-0.
Passing and winning, passing and winning, passing and winning. Hey, Sundowns, iyabafrustrate abantu. Ibenza abantu babefumana i-chance babhude, passing and passing. Hayi bo, i-passing ingani intsha ku-Sundowns. I-Sundowns have been passing in football. Now that today is passing and winning, they want to talk about passing only. Passing and passing.
Yeah.
Hayi, OT. I will be honest with you. Regular game, we are here cruising nicely with passing and passing because no one is challenging us. Richars Bay, angiyazi ba i-strategy sayo besithini kule game. And I like the fact that umshishi uyasebenza ngapho on the side umduyelwa is walking freely, uyanibona kwi-rounds. No one even challenging him kwela side when Richars Bay is attacking. Because when you go and see Richars Bay, it seems like if udlala kweli cala likaModiba, even if bafuna udlala kweli cala likaModiba, abakwazi. uModiba still uyakwazi ufumaneka ayodefenda aphinde adlale going forward. So I don't see them bash challenge so much in this game. And I like the work rate ka Matthews. At times you see Matthews nanga yomarka backline encedisa defense yet so many times nimbone marker. Usandisa ndizama understand the role ayidlalileyo ayinikwe kule game ba ngiyambona ba he's trying ukwenza za true balls ska Ribeiro because I think coach understand ba sizamdinga umuntu who will place him adlale ngalandlela to faka eza bhola kwinanseka forward sifumane eza chances. Otherwise I don't see the game is stress that much. And I saw wish coach can come to second half and give Letlaku la role ka Sales. Otherwise, I'm not saying I'm complaining about Salis because what I see is that he's trying to put through as a true balls, but it's not too much in passes. At least full try when you miss what we can see. Otherwise, coach must continue ngala midfield yakhe. Then second half, he can bring in players as far as Nabo Adams. Then bring in low 5 minutes anyana opacity. Otherwise, nothing is challenging us. And I see us scoring more goals the second half.
On that point, I'm gonna pass it to Agent. Agent, tell me, score prediction for the second half and any changes you would make.
Hey, did you see Super Sports caption? It's so that Ntuli kid can replay it. I just wanna that thing, review, go back. But here's my thing. I think I want to see Uletlaku in for Matthews. I want to see around the 70th minute Zwane out for Omabena, and then Basadin out for for
Mudiba. Okay.
Yeah.
Score prediction, Kana?
No, I want 2-0 so that we can say we are winning this thing. We're just controlling the tempo in the second half. We're just introducing new players. Thank you, Mr. Oti.
Hey, Mara. Let me go to Box. I'm passing it back to you, Lina. Complete a 500 yard pass. Box, how do you see the second half ending? What's the score prediction? What would you change?
Oti, I just want to see debut about Basadin. I want to see how he fits into the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Prediction?
3-0 Mamelodi Sundowns.
Okay. Butlali, changes second half and prediction?
I'm not even gonna watch the second half. I don't care anymore, Chief. As Kateling in Sundowns.
Who cares?
Honestly, dog. Like just win. Give them the league even now, Chief. Like Katel, to just bring Basatin on, bring the whole academy on, bring them on, and they will win 3-0. I'm Katel enough.
Tuli changes prediction.
I just want to see Richars Bay compete. I'm still say they must just hold the ball. Hi, But the score is Sundowns ngakura amagoli amaningi. I've heard ukuthi if you score a lot of goals, you run out of goal bundles. La usuwadinga khona. So maybe 3-0, yeah, 3-0. Score 1 manje, yeah.
Okay. Prostovi changes and prediction.
team la ndifuna more passing because they call my SMS. passing and pass through to the next round. That's the sifuna. So what I want is to see Ubasiti in the AKV game. Otherwise, Noma Pena and Kapo. It changes us born by Ukosha what needs to be done, because I think he can substitute to Matthews, no Salesa to me. And then give Lutako that role, Mupena on the right. So Sibon about what we can come up with. Otherwise, I see 4-0.
Okay, 4-0. Guys, the game is on. Remember, thank you to everyone who jumped onto the panel. I feel like I must start past predictions, guys. I'm going to do the Bongs pass predictor for the game. How many passes do you think Sundowns is going to complete by the end of this game? Remember, on my timer doesn't go up past 60. So what I've done is that you have to add 45 to whatever my timer says for you to know the actual time. So it's 4 minutes right now. That means it's 49 minutes in the game. Before I let in the guys, because we got to 25,000, thank you guys so much for the likes. I just want to give my thoughts. Passing is great. It's how Sundowns controls the game. It's sometimes how much they're allowed to control the game by the other team, right? My only criticism of the passing is that, Sundowns have scored now through a corner and a corner and an on goal, right? You want to expect to see a little bit more from Sundowns in terms of their play. The same criticism I had of the Pirates yesterday, where Pirates, it's not about passing, but Pirates looks pretty. As they jump on the ball, they do all of these things, they pass the ball fancy, they hold. But when you look up, it's like, okay, you've made all those passes, but what does that mean for the game, right? I said at the beginning of the first half that I think this season for South African football, we have to look at them and be honest and say, guys, Sundowns, you pass a lot. Okay, Sundowns is usually not the problem. They've scored 73 goals last season. But Sundowns, what are we getting from this passing that you guys have when a team is a lame duck? There we go. Yeah. When a team is a lame duck, can you take that lame duckness and embarrass them? I want to see Sundowns embarrassing teams, right? Pirates, Nipriti, Nenzazonke Lezito. Can you finish off a game and win that game 3-0 and win that game when mentally you're not quite there? About Chiefs, you're creating chances. Hey, we've got X amount of chances, whatever. Can you now score chances and create better chances? Things like that. We have to hold our football accountable. And in holding them accountable, you also have to look at Richards Bay. All of these teams come and play versus Sundowns, versus Pirates, sometimes versus Stellies, and they don't come to the game. They don't play football. They're not in the game. They're just honoring a fixture. And for me, that is irritating because the MTNH is meant to be something that teams fight for. They fight for top 8. Ask Chiefs fans how much they wanted in top 8. And then now you sit back and you go, oh, you guys are not giving us anything to show that there was any intent for you to play this game. Polokwane City was also similar in the game yesterday. So you can be defensive, you can sit back, but what are you doing when you are attacking? What are you doing when you've got the ball? Agent, you don't need to have all of the star players. Even if they lost the 10 players, you are going to play the game. What is your plan? Right? Because Richards Bay looked a little bit better when they pushed up Gangani. Even now, they pushed up Gangani, they're holding the ball a little bit more. I look at them and I say, oh, you do this at 2-0 when there's no stakes left. Look at how they're playing. Look at how they're playing. Sundowns players are falling inside the box. So I look at them and I say, Mara guys, why didn't you do this from minute 1 when the game started? Why do you want to do it now for 2-0? And do you know what's going to happen? What did I say? They're going to start this thing very hot. 10-15 minutes from now. So 55th minute, 60th minute, they're going to be gassed. They'll have nothing left in the tank. And then we'll be watching these guys just look at Sundowns for the rest of the time. So we have to hold our football accountable as well and say, it's not enough anymore for you to just say, but it's Sundowns. Yeah, let it be Sundowns and let Sundowns beat you, but do something. Look at them. Look at how they're playing. Did Sundowns make any big changes? Did Sundowns do anything different? Look at the play. 3v3. There's a guy in the box. Play the ball in. Look. So now I look at it and I go, it's not about your quality of players. It's not about the people you've lost. It's not about any of that stuff. Can you play when you play Sundowns? Can you be honest, guys? You get what I mean? When it comes to Sundowns, they've packed the midfield, but I'm not sure why they've packed the midfield. I don't see the progression of why the midfield is working like that. We saw a glimpse of what they could be doing, playing up the ball down the center, combining together and releasing someone. That's something you can do when you've got so many players. But what we saw in that first half, where they were playing a wide game, really. There we go. Oh, finish. Oh, finish. Oh, what a finish, Richars. Yeah, what a finish. Sorry, let me just update. What a finish. Jesus. That's where he makes his runs from. In the first half, when I was speaking about how he doesn't run centrally, he wants to come in more from the side. That's the run that Richars makes. But what a disgusting finish. Yeah. Anyway, let me bring in the people. But anyway, that's what I was saying, that like there is a fear, but it's like you're still gonna lose 3-0. Being conservative, sitting back, defending, you're still going to lose 3-0. Go out and lose 3-0, at least having tried something. And if you try something and the score goes to 2, sit back then and relax. You'll be fine. Relax again. Yellow Black Sheep, welcome. How are you?
Good, and you, sir?
I'm good, my brother. I'm good. What do you think about the game? We are 54 minutes in. How do you feel about it?
I'm feeling very proud and happy, you see, because they are showing us a very plumb play there. However, I hear people, they are crying. They should go and ask Rivero. This is what makes Rivero to go to Egypt. When Pirates was playing Sundowns, after they scored 2 goals there in FNB, we pressed them next to their 18. He complained after the game. He said, Sundowns press us there. It doesn't want to let us go outside of our 18. It press us until I say, thank you, God, the game is over. So coming on this game, we wanted a quick goal. Then, because we are on the preseason, we just train for 2 weeks. So you can just imagine, we don't want to stress ourselves too much. So in order to manage the game, we need to keep the ball onto ourselves. So we do those passes, and when we do those passes, we are tiring the opposition. When they get tired, whatever the cross that we can get in there, they will make a on goal. So that's how we play. You see, second half, we know that they will come at us, but we will use transaction on them. Just like now, Richars, they score. So we are not afraid, guys. I hear Bong say passing. That is how Sundowns has been playing this football from the time of Screamer Chabalala. Passing game, this is ours. And when we do passing, we make you tired. And once you get tired, there's nothing you can do anymore.
So then, Yellow Black Sheep, I want to ask you, you've just highlighted a point that Sundowns had 2 weeks preseason. Why aren't the teams smelling blood? Why aren't they saying, you know what, this is the best time maybe to take advantage of Sundowns?
The fear of that jersey. You see, when you hear the name and see that jersey, it's too much fear. Even if we can play Kaizer Chiefs and Pirates, they will never come at us. That jersey is heavy on itself. I hear people, they say other jerseys are heavy on players. This one is heavy on the opponents. When opponents see this jersey, they see pressure, they see stress. This jersey it's heavy. I don't want to lie, George, OT, because this jersey, whenever an opponent hear the name Sundowns or see this jersey, even when I put it on the thread there after washing it, when people see it out here, yeah, that guy supports Sundowns, that guy. You see, that jersey is too heavy. It's a stress on its own. It's a stress on its own, that jersey. You see that jersey, you just wear it and walk on the street being quiet. You'll hear when you pass people. Hey, Sundowns is bad. Sundowns is a stress, my friend. If Sundowns is stressing supporters, how much about the players who are facing it?
No, Black Sheep, the last question I want to ask you, does it stop at 3-0? Are you going to sit down and start passing again until the game ends? Or is there a hunger to try and get 6 maybe?
Me, I don't want Sundowns to kill any teams again, because we beat other team 24. People were complaining. So I think 3-0, 4-0, it's a professional score. It is fine in that way. And I will go again to my weight again, as I said. And I want people to understand. I heard somebody yesterday said English. Let's make an example. When Sundowns signed a number, like they signed Pasadena, Pasadena need to compete with Modiba and Lunga, in order for him to play. We never sign him to challenge, because once you challenge, it means you are still going to learn. You understand? So you need to compete. So we want Kaizer Chiefs and Pirates to compete, not to challenge Sundowns. The team that's supposed to challenge Sundowns are Stellenbosch, Richars Bay. I understand they put up a challenge, and then we say no, they have a shortfall. They have a short. So we cannot say a big team it got a shortfall. They need to compete. They need to compete with Sundowns pound to pound. But them also, after getting 2 goals, they go back. They want to do a low block. So how much about this? How much about this small team? They will defend from first whistle until to the end, because they see it from their brothers, Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs, doing it. So what they supposed to do? So hence I say, this jersey is heavy on opponents, not on Sundowns players, not on Sundowns supporters. It is heavy even on you, George. Just seeing it. Your child came there and watched the game with you. You were so stressed. You see that stress that hits your heart and your mind. It attack you. That jersey, that yes, the stress. I hear you say yes, the problem. And then you ask him which team is going to win. He just told you straight, the yellow one. Because in his or her heart, it is Sundowns. You see. So because you are the father, you pay bills, you do everything.
Yes.
He might or he might follow you. But his choice, it is in his heart that this yellow team is killing my father, and I like this team, and he's happy. He's also happy when we are hurt, you know.
But I love Black Sheep. No, for time.
I want to answer you when I write it there, which means I didn't see correctly, because there is written the record, and then it says 5-0. That's why I said you wrote the score of 5-0. I didn't see the record. I only saw 5, and then I thought George is already predicting. So why is he asking us?
No, hey, I don't do predictions. I'm a broadcaster. I care about you guys. We're broadcasters. But Yellow Black Sheep, thank you so much for joining me, guys. Feel free to jump in. The game is 61 minutes in. It is 3-0. Mamelodi Sundowns versus Richards Bay. What did I tell you? What did I tell you guys about Richards Bay? They're going to be hot for 10 minutes coming out of halftime, and then this game is slowly going to die. It's slowly going to die, and Mamelodi Sundowns is a very mature team. It's a team that is going to be able to see out the game. Hey, Yellow Black Sheep, I hope it's a Powerlines FC. Let's say about load shedding before we knew what load shedding was. That's what happened to that team that lost 24-0. Mr. OT, am I live every day? Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, unless communicated. 8 p.m. I am here. And then if Chiefs, Pirates, Mamelodi Sundowns, Bafana, Banyana are in action, I will also be here doing these watch-alongs. Guys, I can't show you the screen because I don't own any copyright and because I don't feel like getting sued by SuperSport, or the PSL or whoever who own these rights. So that is why this is called a watch along. If you want to watch the game, you'd have to get what DSTV stream. You'd have to get what Showmax Premier League, and or hope that SABC is showing it otherwise. So yeah, that's how it is. Can we now say Reyners is better than Shasha? Ooh. I don't. That's a tough one. Okay, I'd say he's a better finisher for sure. I know Shasha's a top 3 ever in the PSL, but in terms of pure finishing, I think Reyners is a better finisher. Shasha has a better work rate, and I think he gives you a little bit more on the pitch, right? He's got a little bit more Vuma with him. So I don't know. Shasha, yeah, I'm just looking at it from the finishing perspective. I don't want to say overall right now. You cannot say overall when the other guy is a top 3 scorer in PSL history, number 2 in PSL history. You can't say anything about that. But I'd give Reyners the finishing because I don't know how many seasons Shasha had scoring and assisting the way Reyners has, even over the past 2 seasons. Probably the most consistent player actually that we have in the league in terms of goals and assists output is Reyners, actually, if we think about it. Reyners is now being a top 3 for 2 years now. Oh, angena ukabatina mhango. Now mhango yangena. I get you guys wanted mhango. Mhango's here. Is Zuko ready to replace Mdao? No. You can't do what Sailor does. Sailor's a very odd player because defensively he's great. Offensively he's a little bit of a liability sometimes. He makes the wrong passes. But he's so great at playing the right back that, I don't think Zugo's there right now. Bongs, 64 minutes in, 3-0.
OT, I'm hearing a lot of people saying that Chiefs must compete against Sundowns. But now, how does Chiefs compete against Sundowns when their owners, Jessica, Bobby, and Junior Motaung, don't have that same love for the team like their father?
Yeah. Now, Bongs, I feel as though it's disrespectful to both Sundowns, Liverpool Pirates to be mentioning Chiefs right now. And I think part of the problem with Chiefs right now, and even the way we think about Chiefs, is that we downplay the distance between Chiefs and Pirates and Sundowns and what would need to be done for Chiefs to get there. So I feel like sometimes when we mention Chiefs like this, we make it seem as though Chiefs ikatsoga tomorrow, and that's not what's going to happen. And that's what kills us most of the time. But anyway, sorry about that, Box. Yeah, you were saying.
No, I'm saying if you don't have love for something, for example, let's say when you own a bunch of taxis, you're a taxi owner, and your son wants to become a model. You see, you're not in the same direction. That is why people like Bobo Biba never I want to sell my shares, team, because for football is not his thing. I'm not into this football. It's my father who wants to push this football thing to me. So Sundowns can't expect Chiefs compete le bona. Who don't have the love of the game.
So Bongs, can I ask you, should it be a thing of love or should it be a thing of duty? Like, I don't know if Kloppy loves Sundowns. I don't know if Kloppy loves Sundowns the way his father does. But what I do know is that Kloppy has to live up to the expectations that his father left. So is it a problem that we're looking at it and saying that these people must love it? Or maybe we should be looking at them and saying, you know what, now, whether you love it or not, it's job. And you're doing the job very, I'm not going to say badly, but you're doing the job not that well right now. So we have to look at you a certain way.
This is why Sundowns are banning Fleming back to help Kloppy, because if Kloppy has football, Fleming back now what it's his job. That's why Sundowns say it good players. For Chiefs, they are just doing it because it's a team. They just want the team to survive. They're not doing it like how Sundowns are doing things. Topi might not be live in football. Magwata Fleming back o teng o hirilwe and o shebile hore no team is succeed. So let nna take impress my father and make Sundowns succeed.
Okay. For time, I want to bring in Yellow Black Sheep. He wants to come back on the Chiefs thing. Yellow Black Sheep, what do you think about what Bongs has just said?
I beg to differ. I beg to differ because Junior love Kaizer Chiefs. It's just that we as supporters of Sundowns, we need to understand and be happy of the privilege that we have the owner with the money. Kaizer Chiefs, it doesn't have the money that Sundowns have. Many people, they say,
Yellow Black Sheep.
No, I'm dead serious. Sundowns got the money in the coffin of Motsepe. They have billions there. They can buy any player from America and wherever, you understand. Kaizer Chiefs can buy players, but you need to understand. I hear people, they say Kaizer Chiefs, it got sponsors, it got supporters. But the very same money, it need to run the team again. It need to pay the players. It need to take the team to fly all over, whether they are playing continental or wherever. That money has to be used there also. So if ever they're gonna just to be extravagant like Sundowns, they will end up straining their budget and everything.
But can I give you a counter argument? Again, we are talking about the gap between Chiefs and Sundowns, but why can't we ask Chiefs to be a Stellenbosch? So with the amount of resources that Chiefs has, maybe they can't be as extravagant as Sundowns, but surely they should be a top 3 team. If we're saying it's just about money, surely they shouldn't be at number 9.
They can try to be like a Stellenbosch, but the demand of the supporters, Stellenbosch doesn't have a fan base. They got that leverage that they can do whatever that they want to do. But that Kaizer Chiefs, once you wear that jersey, you guys, George, you expecting. You have expectation over that play. So that's where the difference will come again, because of the expectation of the supporters that Kaizer Chiefs have. That number, the stadium, when the stadium is full, let me make this example.
Yeah.
The stadium is full. You have a development player.
Yeah.
It is his first time to play at FNP. He got the nerves of 90,000 supporters. At the same time, he's facing Pirates or Sundowns.
Yeah.
Yet as supporters of Kaizer Chiefs, you got expectation on top of that young man. And that expectation and that support is the thing that killed Ngobo when he first arrived. He arrived with the enthusiastic in him, with good performance. But along the way, he get tired because of the experienced players. They were not coming into the party to protect him. E.g., Mofokeng and Mkota, they got the leverage to perform at Pirates. They are not carrying the pressure of Pirates on their shoulder. Tito and whoever's they carry and Makaula, they are carrying that weight for them. They only tell these boys, do what you can do. We will mark after if you lose the ball. You understand? So Mfundo Vilakazi and Shaba, they don't have that leverage of being given a free roll. That guys, do what you can do. Whenever you lose the ball, we will cover you. You understand the difference?
But then
it is in there.
But then can I still argue with Kaizer Chiefs management and say, Specie, I don't think, okay, let me not use Specie. Tito, you could have afforded to buy a Tito. You could have afforded to buy a Hoto. You could have afforded to buy a Specie. You could have afforded to get Miguel Team right now, is this Kukune. You could have afforded to get all of these players that are maybe used to the 90,000 or some sort of 90,000, and they could have been the base for these players. And I think the expectations of the club is great, but if you allow your expectations to keep you number 9, if Chiefs was to not look at the expectations and do what they need to do, I don't think there's a Chiefs fan that's going to complain if Chiefs is number 3. You get what I mean? So it's like, I look at them and I say, okay, you're saying the fans' expectations. There's no fan that sits that has signed a contract. There's no fan that has negotiated a contract. There's no fan that has signed a player. We don't sit in the boardrooms. We don't analyze for Chiefs. We don't do all of that stuff. Why then would you listen to fans that much, number one, especially if it's landed you number 9? Surely at some point as Chiefs, you have to say as Kaizer, I'm not Mfundo. I'm Kaizer Jr. I grew up in Chiefs. I know expectations. I know the fans. I know that my job is for me to go and get this club into a place where they are number 2, number 1, or whatever the expectations are. Shouldn't we be looking at them and saying, guys, you can't look at fans. I mean, it's unfair for the fans. We've watched 9 years we had 9 years of being trophyless. Well, of course we're going to be unhappy. You know what I mean?
You know, George, my last statement, the father got the structure of the late father of Dr. Kumalo, the late Raida Mufukeng and whatever. Ne? And then after that structure, he made sure that they groom and mentor Dr. Kumalo, Eskuse, and Ntsiema Peak. Then when they left, those guys took over. So then I don't know what happened in the era of Bobby, because Bobby was there. I don't know he was there with his father or what. But I think the problem started there, because I don't see the players who are following the structure, let's say who were following Dr. Kumalo and Eskus and Ntsiema, who were groomed so that they can know how to identify a player who can play for Kaizer Chiefs. Because if you can see that thing that I'm talking about, the father of Dr. and Ryder and whoever, they know how to identify the player that can play for Kaizer Chiefs. Same applies with Ace Kuz and Dr. Kumalo and Ntsiema Peak. They know how to identify. But now the structures which is here, it was only Atazwani, a former player of Kaizer Chiefs. And if you are alone, even now, we can say go to the development of Kaizer Chiefs. You will see the people who are there. Do they know the structure? I see Yeye, he need to be there. Simpio Chabalala need to be there. They need to bring back the players, Bernard Parkers and what, so they can groom the players who can play for Kaizer Chiefs. Because to play Kaizer Chiefs and Sundowns and Pirates, it need a player with a big temperament. Not just a player. You can have arrogance, but if you don't have a big temperament, it's going to affect you, because you must love and have a habit of wanting to play against on a full capacity stadium. But if you can look at the player who are playing for Kaizer Chiefs, most of them, they fear the crowd. The only player who loves the crowd is Chabalala and Mfundo. Those I see them. Now I saw Tele, he loved the crowd also. I saw that young boy, Ismabaso, he loved the crowd also. And then that one, they took it from Supersport, who was playing for Marisbeck. He loved the crowd also, I know him. So you see now, at least now, and that light of Fabian McCarthy and Thabo Munyane, if you got those players who want to play in a full capacity stadium, who love the crowd, then you are bound to come back. I see Kaizer Chiefs surprising many people. I see Kaizer Chiefs surprising many people this year. For real.
For Tamaro jumping 75 minutes, Litaku, youngster, Sundowns has just scored to make it 4-0 for Mamelodi Sundowns. Mamelodi Sundowns again cruising, gone with this game. Another game that they're going to walk over. Well done to the young boy Litaku. People have been asking for, Mapena, sorry, Mapena. We've been asking for Abu Mapena to come in and actually perform, and they're taking their chances here at Mamelodi Sundowns. Let me bring in Aku. Aku, welcome. How are you? Sorry guys, Mapena, sorry.
Hey man, I'm good, and how are you?
I'm good, my brother.
I was hearing the brother in yellow talk about Kaizer Chiefs and their issues. In my opinion, Kaizer Chiefs' issues are not on the field. They are behind the scenes. And this goes from, in terms of the club looks like they do not really have a playing philosophy anymore. And also in terms of the players which are being acquired. I saw last season that Napi was making the team play off the ball, which is a very quite advanced way of playing. Playing with the ball is great, but playing off the ball and then relying on counters is quite advanced. And some of the players, actually a lot of the players we have do not necessarily know how to play off the ball. They're always getting caught easily. I think they finally caught on after 10 games, if I'm not mistaken. But then the performances were inconsistent. So it means that this season, our focus would be saying, okay, if we are keeping Nabi, we should make sure that we are acquiring players that can be able to play off the ball, because that is the playing style this coach has. And when it comes to managing,
Are we giving Nabi off though? Are we giving Nabi an out by saying that, you know, the players need to be the players that he needs? Because at the end of the day, he signed the contract. End of the day, he's coaching. Should we not expect some adaptability from Nabi this season?
actually, we should, but it also depends on the management, on what they want of Nabi. Let's say if maybe they say, Nabi, maybe this season give us one trophy and place top 4. Maybe that's what they want. And maybe that is a system which can be able to get Nabi to that. But on the other side, yes, Nabi has to see his resources and get his resources to be able to adapt to a system, or because he has a lot of coaches as well which work with him and say they can actually tell him like, oh, you know, Cele, yeah, we like him defensively, but this guy can actually play as a box to box. Get him to be box to box and get maybe Ngobo to come back and be more defensive.
Okay.
Yeah, something like that. Or maybe and find combinations that can actually help the team advance, allowing players to play to their strengths and also to play to the strengths of the system. And by the looks of things, based on the preseason, it doesn't look quite, the future is not looking very bright. It's
I don't want to say too much because they're going to say I'm hating, but it's fine.
How are you hating? Because it's like being honest. And my friend, the brother in yellow, mentioned that it's about pressure. These guys are soccer professionals. This is their job. When they sign the contract, they agree that they can work under pressure. So they have to take the pressure.
Well, besides that, at the end of the day, like I said, you see, I think we are coming up with answers that we shouldn't be coming up with. You get what I mean? So it's like, if it's really about senior players, like I said, just a stupid example, Miguel Tim was free. He played for Pirates. He was a leader at that club. He understands the Soweto stuff. He understands some of the pressure. Okay, then why don't you try bringing in those guys then and saying, okay, if that's the issue, here comes a guy who was part of the people that was bringing up Aborile. You know, you get what I mean? Like, I feel like we have a lot of answers, but we don't.
I have a question. What is with Kaizer and relying a lot on freemium? Because they have the money to buy players, to buy like quality players. We're always getting players for free.
Hey, I don't know, guys. I don't know, but guys, yeah.
Do you think maybe because the coaches get questioned post matches? Do you think maybe the journalists are not really asking the questions that we, the fans, are actually asking to the coaches? They're asking whatever questions they prepared.
I think it should come from inside, whether it's whatever external stuff is happening. Like, for example, I like Sundowns. I like Sundowns because a lot of the external stuff doesn't really affect the team. So Fleming Berg comes under a lot of pressure because he made a move to get rid of Rulani, or Fleming Berg comes under a lot of pressure because Mangoba got fired or Mangoba was hired or whatever. But they resolve inside Mamelodi Sundowns to fix all of these things, right? Or to move as a collective, or to do the things they need to do. Jale, the problem with the PSL, I think in general, is that internally the clubs don't have that resolve themselves to say, no, guys, hey, let's close social media for a little bit. When I heard Dr. Kaizer speaking about social media, that's when I knew that now. It's supposed to be inside. You fix things inside, you look at your own stuff, you set your own benchmarks, and then you progress because you want to progress. Manje, this thing of listening to journalists and listening to fans and all of that stuff, I think is just a cop-out, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that is true. But, with Kaizer Chiefs, like, I remember when I was finishing university and I was like, I want to try data science and sports. Kaizer Chiefs was the only team that I found online who had the capacity for that. didn't find Sundowns, and so they were already ahead in terms of the technology and things, but in terms of field performance, that was just not correlating.
Ahead, behind, next door. As long as the results are not the results, but for time, Aku, we'll make this a proper one. I want to respect the Sundowns fans. We're going to make this a proper chat. But TKG, welcome to the show. Sundowns 82 minutes in 4-0. TKG, welcome.
Yes, brother, how are you?
Good, thanks and you, my brother.
Good, thank you. Actually, I wanted to really dip in on what the other guy that just left, the yellow something, I don't know what's his name.
Very quickly. I'll allow it, but very quickly.
All right, cool. All right. Actually, I just wanted to say I heard him comparing Chiefs and Sundowns and talking about people's pockets and all of that, and I'm just saying, Sundowns has gone past that. Yes, at first it was depending on the owner's pocket and all of that, but now you can see the numbers that they're making consistently for more than 5 years now for the team. So you cannot really take it back to the fact that the owner is still sustaining the team. No, you can even you can compare facilities between Sundowns and Kaizer Chiefs, and even the young ones that are coming from Chiefs and the young ones that are coming from Sundowns, and you can compare. You can see that actually Chiefs, it has a lot of things than Sundowns, but as the other guy said, it has to do with everything from the background. I mean, yes, the owner of Kaizer Chiefs is stalwart. The guy has done so much, but people get tired. I mean, he's old. People run off of steam, my brother, and you just need youngsters that can take the baton and go forward. But I don't think the leadership of Kaizer Chiefs has the capacity. I mean, we know all the answers, and you can't say it's just about the money. No, it's not. Look at Orlando Pirates. Like, the youngsters are coming from where? Did they spend so much money compared to what Sundown spends to buy one player? No, they don't. So Chiefs has issues in the background. It's not on the pitch. It affects the pitch, yes. It affects the pitch because of, there were a lot of players, as you were saying yourself, that they were free agents that were very good, but they were not picked. I mean, it means you don't have people that can think to that level and say, but we have Shalulile here, Shalulile is running off, he's done with Sundowns. Like, can we bring him in? Sundowns was going to let him easy. There was a lot of players that were saying, people were saying, this one can go, but it never did.
Okay.
Chiefs is just, it's just a mess, and the mess is not in front of us. The mess is behind closed doors, and I think the mess again is encouraged by the fans. The fans keep on making jokes and making it seem like, no, we'll win at some day. Yes, you need to have that faith, but you need to be factual, because the guys at the back, the management is pushed by the fans. If the fans seems to be okay, filling up the stadiums, always good, always laughing, making memories, doing that, everything will just still be good. Okay, it means we're getting there. I mean, with the coach, what is he cooking? I mean, what is he doing? He should have been gone. And who has more influence of letting the coach go? It's the fans. But the fans are chilling. No, it's gone. Girl thinks it's good. Hey, whatever. No, things are not good. Things are not. It's still going to be way up at some 7 or 8 or even 9 in this league. Mark my words. They just don't have it. They just have the noise from the fans, but they just don't have it.
For time, I'm gonna jump in. What I'm gonna do is I'll make one of the normal shows during the week is gonna be a discussion about our teams and where we feel our teams are. Guys, I'm sorry, I just don't want to disrespect, guys.
All
Sundowns
right,
is playing.
No worries, brother. No worries.
Thank you so much, TKG. Sundowns, 87th minute, 4-0 versus Richards Bay. Sundowns walking this game as you're expecting to walk them. The pattern still stays true. Richards Bay came out. They gave a little bit of a fight, but already it was too late. I think what happens with these teams is you're 2-0 down going into halftime. You're going to come out and try be heroes coming out of halftime. Sundowns is going to score 1 or 2 goals after that. And now you are left looking at this game. And you know what's even worse? This is a cup game. This is a cup game. There's no 3 points on the line here. Run until your heart gives in, because then you've still got a week to get ready for whatever. That's what we were told the MTN8 is meant to be. The Sundowns players right now are giving in more effort than the Richards Bay, who we think have nothing to lose. And that is a very important thing that you have to give to Sundowns. In Sundowns, whether it's Richards Bay, whether it's Pirates, whether it's Chiefs, whether it's Tellies, they play. They give their all. Like these guys from Richards Bay, they don't even have that thing. Let me audition. Let this be my audition. Screw the team. I'm auditioning now. I want Sundowns to sign me. King, January, I want Sundowns to sign me. There's no pride. Sundowns is showing pride. This is what separates Sundowns from a lot of teams. It's this. Look at how hard Mapena have been running since they've come on. Look at how hard Pasadena have been running since they've come on. Yeah, we want top 8. Final day of the season. We need to get 3 points in order for us to get into top 8. When you get into the actual top 8 game and you're looking Sundowns in the eye, what are you bringing to the table? And I'm going to say it again. These are PSL teams, top league teams. They play in the same league as Sundowns. Kabatino Mhango is not a new player. Salim Akula is not a new player. But this is what we get. Hi guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know, there was a point in this game. Sundowns has not been convincing. Sundowns was not convincing in this game. Sundowns' first 2 goals was an on goal and a header that went a ball that goes directly through everybody and gets to the back. They weren't creating chances. But look. Guys. No. To be fair, Sundowns from the Club World Cup. No, I understand you, Lebza. Look, this is what I always say about the league and why I get disappointed in the league. I get disappointed that, yes, Sundowns has more quality than you. But sweat. So if my team is at a 60, make sure that we're going up to a 60 and then forcing Sundowns to have to go up to an 80 with the quality that they have. And losing. But if you are coming in with a 10, what do you expect is going to happen if you're coming in with a 10? In fact, I'm sure the expectation for this game was not even that Richards Bay should do anything. They're just honoring the fixture. And Sundowns doesn't even have to get out of gear 2. Make them get to gear 4 then. Make sure that Sundowns has to use every bit of their quality to beat you. There have been passages of play where Richards Bay looked good, but you know what happens? They can't do the thing over and over and over again. Guys, give Sundowns give Sundowns the credit. I always give Sundowns the credit to say, you see what they're trying to do. Do you know, it's nice to analyze Sundowns because you're analyzing something that you see over and over and over and over and over again. Even if you think it's wrong, I can tell you the pattern of what is happening. I can't tell you the pattern of what Richards Bay was doing here. I can't. I can't tell you what run has Kabatino Mhango made 3 times. Where you can say that, Magangena, Ukochu say, when you come inside, run here, run there, run there. We're going to play the ball here. We're going to play the ball there because we're going to take advantage of this. Hi, Umudiba is abdicating his position over there. We're going to take advantage of that one. Do you know what happens? You watch Sundowns almost full time. You watch Sundowns when they're playing versus the Champions League teams. Lapa, you see that it's hot. You see that it's hot. Lapa, you see that the team's going, oh, your left back is sleeping. We're going to take advantage of your left back. Oh, Lapa Pagati Aniko. So, guys, this is why I say, when we speak about, I don't want to speak about Chiefs and all those guys right now. Or if we're going to speak about Chiefs and those guys, let's be honest. These guys are light years away. Light years away. But guys, let's do this. We're ending now. Like you know, I'm going to finish off tomorrow at 8 p.m. We're going to come in and we're going to look at both the games, Pirates and Sundowns. We'll drill deeper into them on the normal show. Kumshin, tell me about this game. How do you see this game? Welcome, my brother.
This game, are you right?
No, I'm good. Don't worry.
Easy. So you know what I've noticed, with the league, I'm looking at Richards Bay, and I went through their team sheet. Most of the players that you see there weren't there in the previous season, right?
Okay.
And I feel like with any top 8 team, the mandate should be, let's get into top 8. And then as soon as we get into top 8, MTN 8, we beef up the squad. Not drain the actual squad and then you're expecting miracles to happen. If we're being honest, that game against that Pirates versus Polokwane City game, that was a boring game.
Yeah.
Because Polokwane never came up with that fight that I was actually expecting them to have. Because number one, you sold your best attacker.
Yeah.
Even Richards Bay right now, it was like just honoring a fixture.
Yeah.
You know, so you're right. You're right in saying that. Like, we don't have a plan as a league. We're always strengthening the top 3, and then we expect to challenge in Africa. It would be nice to see a Stellies being in your CAF. It would be nice to see a Polokwane City joining in your CAF. Understand? But if we're gonna keep selling, and then you want to challenge for MTN 8 the following season, doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Okay. For time, I'm going to jump in. Let me go with to Agent. Agent, my brother. Comfortable, 4-0, gear 2.
Jihadinyana 2 minutes, Mr. Uti, if I heard the game. You know,
Okay.
So that's a smaller one. You know, we're in a space where I don't know how to put this because it's gonna get me in trouble. But the reason why maybe I'm not a big fan of flashy players. Maybe that's the reason. Maybe I love players that keep it simple, keep it moving. I don't know if you saw how many balls the young boy, I'll call him M, missed. You know? But we're going to overpraise the performance and everything. And for me, and I think this is the second time you hear me saying this, that's my frustration with him, that he loses so much balls. You know, for all the energy and everything, you know, man, he's busy, but are you effective, as we could say? You know, so those are the things that sometimes get to me, you know, when I see such kind of things, you know. But by the way, good performance. Should I say good performance? Or Sundowns performance? Sundowns performance is the word.
Yeah.
We came, we won, we passed, we win, we passed, we scored, everything, you know. Yeah, man. I think there was nothing out of the ordinary. Maybe Basadin coming in at the last time, you know, made it interesting, you know. And maybe that's the thing that maybe goes under the radar with Sundowns, right? The ability to make a player complete. You know, we are seeing it with Basadin now. With Reyners, we knew him as someone who scores, but now he's assist. You know, so now I think that's something that they're trying to develop. Okay, you're good at left back, but can you train in other positions? You know, so I think it now became a training game to see such kind of things. So man, I'm happy with the win, and I'm happy with the performance of the boys. Yeah.
Okay. No. Hi, guys. I'm not going to wait for the draw. Why am I waiting for the draw? Sundowns is really good. Sundowns is the best team we have in the league. And they happen to be in a league where they don't need to do too much in order for them to win games. It's the luxury of being the best team. You can't take it away from them. They've built themselves up to this level, to the point where this is what we see in the PSL most of the time. You know, Sundowns is breaking records that they break records that we never thought were records that could be broken. They're breaking their own records. You know, they can follow invincible season with a season where they score 100 goals and get the most wins in the PSL era. So, as great as Sundowns is, the first half was not the best first half. The first half, I think they were frustrated a little bit with the Richards Bay, and if it wasn't for the errors, maybe, I wouldn't say they don't win the game, but maybe there's a little bit of desperation that comes in at some point. But as Sundowns, we know what Sundowns is. They'll get their 2-0. They know that in the second half, you're going to start off, you're going to run, you're going to try and play, you're going to try and do more. And then when you run out of steam, they're going to score 2 more goals just because you guys are disorganized now and just because you guys, your fitness and all of that stuff is done. That is what Sundowns does. Now, Sundowns, of course, is not necessarily a cup team like that. So they usually struggle when they meet teams that are slightly more structured, you know, slightly a little bit more better in terms of, in comparison to the other guys in the league. So you look at the Pirates, you look at Stellies maybe, you look at those teams and you go, okay, those are the teams that could probably beat Sundowns, but let's be honest, those are the only challenges that Sundowns faces, right? Host is jealous of Sundowns, you can't even hide it. No, I give Sundowns their flowers every day. My frustration is that Sundowns is the only team in the league that wants to go and win things and move forward and do all of those things. The rest of the teams, we speak about it. You know, the rest of the teams, we speak about it. We don't act towards it. We don't move forward. That's the frustration. And maybe you're right. It is a jealousy. I'm jealous. I wish my team was like Sundowns. I wish more teams in the league were like Sundowns. And not to say that Sundowns must fall all of a sudden or Sundowns. No. Sundowns is showing the league exactly what you are meant to be doing in a league. Exactly what you're meant to be doing. I've said oftentimes here that, guys, if Sundowns has its foot on our necks, put it on even harder. Crush the neck. Because nobody else is waking up and saying they want to do something. Big clubs struggle to win 5 games in a row. This team, Richards Bay, is top 8 with 9 wins. Come on. From anywhere in the league, if you win 3 games, you can move from number 14 to number 6 if you win 3 games in a row. That's the bar. How many teams have negative goal differences? How many teams have positive goal differences in the league? For example, are you telling me that Sundowns scored 65 goals? They scored 4 goals today here. Nje. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Now I'm going to leave now. So we'll talk about the draw tomorrow. Tomorrow, 8 p.m., I'm going to be back. We're going to have the normal show. Again, you'll be able to jump in. It's all people who are listening, for those who don't know. So please follow, jump in, and let's have a conversation about what we saw and analyze the game a little bit deeper. So we're going to be doing that tomorrow, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. If you want to watch anything back, or you've missed any of the lives, or you've missed any of my content, it is available on YouTube, Overthinking Football Show. You can catch it there. I have an episode of my podcast that came out a couple of days ago. If you want to catch more of me, I've got myself, Lindo Pep, and Football Telefang. We call it 3-Man Press on YouTube. Incredible conversations from 3 very different vantage points. And then lastly, MacG, on MacG's Podcast and Chill Network, Banter League, onside the Banter League, myself, Des Lee, and PD Jokes. We are there as well for more football, but more from a banter side. Okay, let me see. I'm not going to let anybody in. I just want to see what's happening. Here comes the draw. Now Fatwani is going to do the draw. While we wait, shout out to Mapule, Tumsani, Aku, Agent, Chino Best, Malume Ped, Neo, Crazy T. Thank you for the gifts, guys. Thank you for the gifts. Rothman's Cup 99 jersey, Chiefs agent. There's a Rothman's Cup jersey. And Atlas real agent. Agent, I know that one touches you deeply. Yeah, I need to get that jersey, man. Where do you get the Rothman's Cup jersey at Chiefs? With the Rothman's Cup on the front. I can't, guys. I can't. I can't show you anything on the screen. It's still copyrighted, unfortunately. Okay, here we go. The draw is starting. I'll just narrate it while I'm here. Okay. First name out of the pot, we have Kaizer Chiefs. No, Kadlan. Orlando Pirates has been drawn first here. Orlando Pirates has been drawn first. They're going to be home, if I remember it correctly. Okay, let's see. Second name drawn is Mamelodi Sundowns. So I just want to make sure. Lemo, please give me the big remote. Where's the big remote? There we go. Thank you. I just want to hear. Have they separated them? Oh, so it's Paris versus Sundowns. Okay, it's Paris versus Sundowns. Then it's going to be Stellies. Stellies taking on Kukune. Wow, Pirates home versus Mamelodi, starting home versus Mamelodi Sundowns. Okay, there we have it. The draw results are in. We're getting Sundowns versus Pirates. And then, of course, Stellies versus Kukune. Yeah. Big days. These are big days. Okay, guys, there you have it. We'll talk about it properly tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody. Khona umuntu okumele alale ngapha. Kumele alale ngapha. Usadlala. Bye, guys. I'll check you guys. Bye-bye, guys. But you are coming there in numbers. I might even make my way to Loftus, to be honest. I might even go to Loftus myself, if I'm being 100% honest, but we'll see.